Hey guys, it's Gina. First, Merry Christmas. I'm recording this on the 23rd, which happens to be my daughter's 4th birthday. So we have been busy with birthday celebrations all day long. But I stole away for a few minutes just to get this done. And tomorrow is Christmas Eve. And we are so excited. I've got our Christmas tea planned out. Many of the dishes are made, because you will find with a whole food plant-based diet, if you make them like a day or so before, it really blends the flavors even more. So everything is always better like the second or even third day after it's made. So we've made a couple of whole food plant-based cheeses, and we're going to have just like little tea sandwiches and some of our cheeses with some, basically grapes and apples and some crackers that I found. Mary's Gone Crackers is a brand that just has salt in it, doesn't have any oil in it. And so I feel like it doesn't have enough salt to really be harmful, since we don't do it on a regular basis. But anyway, so tomorrow night I guess you're watching this Saturday. So last night we had our tea. And then Saturday is actually Christmas Day. So I wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas. And then I wanted to talk about, now what? Now what? So many people get, and okay, I'm not a psychiatrist, okay? So when I say the word depressed, I'm not talking about the medical diagnosis. I'm talking about the average person uses that word when they're sad, they got the glooms, they're, feeling mopey, etc., etc. So I'm not talking about clinical depression, but a lot of people kind of get depressed as soon as Christmas Day gets here. And it has a lot to do with our expectations. And it has a lot to do with something didn't go the way you had planned. And I get it. I have now a 4-year-old, and I want Christmas and pretty much every day to just be so magical for her, and, for her to just live in childhood and not have to worry about the stuff that, us adults are dealing with. And so, for me, I had all this stuff planned for Christmas. We didn't get to all of it. We just didn't. And that's okay. And a couple things didn't go as I planned, and that's okay. But what happened, because I decided I was going to be way more intentional this year, I was going to really focus on creating the memories, chasing my sunset for the Christmas season. It has been just so much more improved over the last years of just chaos. The other years it's just been chaos. It's like I turn around, it's like, crap. Another, 24 hours went by. I still have more things to do than I need to. And it was a headache, and it was a pain in the butt, and I hated it. And I didn't want to live that way anymore. That's the whole point of chasing your sunsets. It's not to live your life in the pain in the butt mode. Right? So you get to Christmas Day, and you might feel a little gloomy, or you might feel a little down, because now it's all come to a crescendo and done. I mean, it's just whoop, and then the music just ends. And so it's like, if you live in a place where Christmas snow happens, it's beautiful, and the next day it's all muddy, It's like, it doesn't stay white and pristine. And that's how Christmas is for a lot of people as well. Now, so a couple of things that I totally recommend that I'm going to be doing as well this year. I've implemented some of these, and I've talked a little bit about them as I've gone through this Christmas season with you. But next year, I will have my holiday planner fully operational. This year, it was partially operational. Now, you can totally go buy a holiday planner. They sell them on Amazon. They sell them at Michael's. They sell them at Hobby Lobby. They sell them everywhere. Or you can go and get like a 97-cent spiral and make your own holiday planner, or, however you want to do it. So you can go high tech, or you can go low tech. You could even do it on your phone if you're more of an electronic type person. But what I'm planning on doing today, which is going to be a couple days from when you're watching it, is I'm going to reflect, and I'm going to just take a few minutes. And as my daughter is enjoying her Christmas morning and we're all just, chilling in the moment, I'm going to reflect what worked, what didn't work, what I want next year, what I don't want next year, because sometimes what you don't want is more important to know than what you do want, because sometimes you don't know what you want. So what worked, what didn't work, what I want, what I don't want. And that can be something as simple as maybe not last minute gift buying, or maybe a little less of a hectic dinner put together where it didn't take like 3 days to put it together or something. It may mean, budgeting a little bit more so you can delegate more tasks. I mean, there's so many opportunities that you can totally make this season magical for you, whether you have kids or not. Make the season magical for your kids. And it doesn't have to be just full of commercialism and stress and chaos and it doesn't. So I did just want to talk to you about that today and see what are some of the things that you don't want next year. And use a holiday planner. Get a spiral. Get some sticky notes. They make those little sticky tab things that come off and on, and you can write on them with a Sharpie pen. So you could create get a spiral and put like a sticky tab and a sticky tab and a sticky tab. You could totally make it your own holiday planner. You can put out your meals. You can put out your budget. You can put out the gifts. Whatever you need, whatever categories you need. If you're not sure what categories you actually need in your holiday planner, Google it. Google on Amazon or something like that, a holiday planner, and it'll kind of talk to you about some of the things. And most of those planners have things in it. I'm like, who does that? I don't do that. I don't even want to do that. But there are some things like activities, maybe just a timeline of like when. I always feel like having like a special calendar that's not my calendar, but like a special calendar where I can say, oh, this little small town 10 minutes away is having their Christmas parade, and this little small town 5 minutes away is doing this, and just putting all the activities that are around me. It doesn't mean I'm going to all those activities, but it makes it where I can go, I want to go there. The weather's going to be great for that. Let's circle that and put it on our calendar. You pick and choose, because I got to tell you, I love a parade in 70-degree weather, not in 30, in rain and sleet. So, I love a parade. I can even go 60. I can even go 60-degree weather. But that's pretty much my level. I won't really go to a parade past 60 degrees. If I'm going to be walking around looking at lights, it's probably going to be 55 or above, because at least, you're moving when you're walking around looking at lights. Whereas a parade, you're just standing there, and, I'm always standing where the wind's blowing right at me. I never have the wind block. So, just that's the Gina luck. But, so get a little calendar, you can make one on the computer. You can even just draw one out. You're just looking for 31 boxes, right? And write down, this little town, our town, this is my work event, this is my husband's work event, these are the things that we think we want to try to do. Maybe we want to try to do a game night with the neighbors. Maybe we want to, whatever. And this is not the calendar that you do. This is the calendar that you choose what you do from. And don't over plan, because I will tell you, this is one of the hardest lessons I've had to learn, and because I still haven't learned it, to be completely honest. Things take longer to do than they should, than you think. I mean, you think, okay, I'm going to the store literally a half a mile away from my home. I'm picking up 3 items, and 45 minutes later, I'm home. I'm like, I didn't dilly-dally. I didn't talk to anybody. I mean, I said hi to people, but I didn't stop and talk to people. I mean, I drove, I parked, I got out, I went and got the lettuce, tomato, and bell peppers or whatever, and then I got back in my car and I drove. That should have taken 15 minutes, and it'll take 45. And I'm like, I lost 30 minutes that I had. So don't overpack your time. So that's a tip for next year. Don't overpack your time. If you try to do less but do more meaningful things, you will have your expectations closely met. Maybe not all the way. And you will have less of a chance of getting the holiday Christmas depression from, oh, I wish I could have, or it didn't turn out this way, or wah, I didn't do it this way, or, whatever. We're never going to get everything that we want filled into a holiday. And there are going to be some days that we're still going to be going. I even had a couple of those days myself. But, the thing is that you just have to take control of it and reflect on Christmas. Have a marvelous Christmas day. And just go chase your sunset. We're about to go into the new year chasing our sunset. And 2022 is going to be your year. You are going to get it all mapped out as to how you need it to be. You're going to get less stressed. You're going to become happier. You're going to be less tired. You're going to be the best you that you can be. I'm going to be the best Gina that I can be. And you know what? It makes us stronger, and it just empowers us even more, because we can design a life that is full of meaning and less hectic and less chaotic. I have a phrase that I use all the time. That is, let's add some chaos to this order. And it's basically a dyslexic way of saying this chaos needs some order, because it will be just like frantically in the kitchen, So I always do that intentionally to back it up, but it reminds me to stop for a second and go, you know what? Dinner is still going to get cooked. We're still going to eat. It may not be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. But, so have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas day. Spend the time with your family. Take a 30-minute nap. Read a good book. Watch a Christmas movie. Wad up some tissue paper and wrapping paper and take them out in the yard and have a snowball fight. Best way to use old wrapping paper and tissue paper from the gifts. Because it's easy enough to clean up, and everyone has a lot of fun just doing a fake snowball fight. I mean, who knows? But go and chase your sunset. Have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. And I'll see you next week. Bye.